watchman for Israel. Come at you with these precepts and another cold cut. Giving, of course, our honor and our glory to Yahweh. By Shema Mashiach wa Malaki Bashai. Double honors to the elect David that's been in this truth for decades and decades, patiently waiting and laboring for the second coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai. A hearty, mighty shalom to all of the mighty men of the Most High God who are out there in the highways and byways pushing this truth, magnifying the ministry, presenting their bodies as a living sacrifice, and enduring all things for the elect's sake. Shalom, shalom. Shalom to all of the men that may not be out there in the highways and byways as of yet, but working on it. They're getting Slacky, they're building themselves up in the spirit. They're getting a household in order. They're praying, they're fasting, they're studying. They're being diligent, and those men are abounding in the work of the Lord. Shalom to those brothers. Shalom to the sisters out there, married and unmarried, moving in the spirit of our righteous foremothers. Shalom to the ancient men, children, and the elect of Israel scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. And shalom to everybody tuning in live. Brother Ezekiel, shalom, King, HBK Int, Don Israel, New York, Moves, M64, Isaac Saw, shalom, King, Striving that Proverbs 31 woman, Kim Israel, Judah, D-Bash Branch, Angelo, shalom, King, Nashak Yasha'Allah, and everybody else tuning in and that will tune in, Lord willing. Right, the topic of this cold cut is World War III. No, I believe I titled it "All Hell Will Break Loose Soon." Right, all hell will break loose soon. Stop worrying, or stop worrying and stop stressing, man. Now we're watching these prophecies unfold. Right, we're seeing things getting heated and heated and heated day by day, hour by hour, man. You're watching Ukraine use the missiles that Babel the Great sent them, where Russia told them straight up, hey, if you use these missiles, it's going down. If you use these missiles that America gives you, we're not just going to war with you. We're going to take this as a declaration of war between NATO and Russia. Russia told them deliberately, do not use the missiles. These are the treatment of war. And what does Ukraine do? The very day or within the next few days, they immediately use the missiles. Now, today, and now you have Russia in wake of that. Russia's telling, hey, look, get ready to find these nuclear fallout shelters. Tell every citizen from Moscow to whatever city to get ready to find the nearest nuclear fallout shelter. Now you got Ukraine are using the missiles that the Britons, not too long ago. Right, what they call the shadow missile. So you have a lot of war run up on the earth, man. You have a lot of tumults in the earth. You have a lot of seditions amongst governments. You have economies collapsing. You have trillions of dollars in debt. You martial law. You got Trump saying he wants to bring back the guillotine, the firing squad. Right, you got him saying he wants to use the military for massive deportation. Right, so you have a lot of spirits being stirred up in the earth. And this is a time when a lot of brothers, they start, if you're not strong in this faith, and even those who may be strong in the faith, they start, doubting and thinking and worrying. Am I going to make it? Is the Most High going to deliver me? What about my family? I have children. I have babies. I don't know if my wife is going to make it. What do I do in those days? I don't have a plan. I don't have a contingency plan. If this happens, I don't have a bug out bag. What do I do? You need to stop worrying and stop stressing, man. Right? First and foremost, because what did the Lord say? This is Psalms chapter 91 and verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And this is our dwelling place. Here you have your residential address. You got your work. You know what I'm saying? When you do what you got to do, you make your money, you make ends meet. But your ultimate home, your ultimate abode should be the secret place in the shadow of the Almighty, which is what this truth, this word, this is where we dwell at. This is the secret place. Everybody has a Bible, but they don't know how to get into this Bible. Everybody's the house of the Lord and these many chambers and these many books, but they don't know how to get the knowledge and the wisdom that comes with it. So this is the secret place, right? That only the elect can dwell in. And if you dwell there, you're going to abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Now, the shadow of the Almighty represents Yahweh Shai's protection. Because the shadow protects you from the sun. And the sun is symbolic for affliction. It's symbolic for chastisement. It's symbolic for judgments that the Most High is going to do on the earth. And what better place to be when the sun is scorching at 100 degrees than a shade of a tree. So you want to dwell under the shadow of the Most High, right? Verse 2, I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. Right? The snare of the fowler represents Jacob's trouble, right? On a deeper level, and these traps and snares that the fowler has set up. A fowler is a hunter, not just any hunter. A fowler is a specific type of hunter that catches birds, right? They catch birds, whether it's an eagle, a falcon, an owl, doesn't matter. A turkey. In this case, the fowler is the so-called white man, the hunter, and he's looking to catch the speckled bird, which is the children of Israel, and that dove. The Most High says he's going to deliver you from the fowler, because this devil, man, he has plots and plans, man. There's a lot of talk that he has going out there. He's going to use the military to attack, illegal immigrants. He's going to deport them. He's going to put people at FEMA camps. He's going to bring back the guillotine. He's going to make this happen and make this happen. These are the snares and the traps, that this devil has set up, right? It reads, he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. And once these missiles really begin to launch on the earth, we're not worried about that, man. Right? We're not, oh, I got to turn off my location. I might get hit with a missile. Right? Oh, man, I have to do this. I got to flee the country. Oh, man, I got to catch a plane and go to Egypt, man. Or catch a plane and go to a remote island. We're not worried about this, man. Now you can say, well, why we're not worried? What do we have to do? Where's our missiles? Well, we have Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. See, the Most High set these nations up to turn themselves one against another. This war is part of our deliverance, right? This war has nothing to do. We don't have any stake in the game with this. This is Yahweh Bashim Yahushua's judgment. He's stirring up Russia. He's stirring up NATO. He's stirring up the state of Israel. He's stirring up China. He's stirring up North Korea. He's stirring up all of these world powers. He's doing that for our deliverance. And a lot of brothers, you forget that this is for our deliverance. Even Jacob's trouble. The only way we're going to get out of here is if we endure and go through Jacob's trouble. So why would you be afraid of the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day? We're not afraid of the missiles. The missiles that Ukraine shot over there in Russia, we're not worried about that. We're not stressing. Well, what if they come and hit me? What if they come to America? And well, we want them to come to America. Well, what if they blow my job up? Well, so what, man? Okay, well, what if they find out where I live? Hey, we want this place to be destroyed, man. It's a beautiful thing when the ICBM missiles begin to be launched into Europe and to other parts of the earth, man. That's a day and a step closer to our salvation. Right, let's read on. Verse 6. Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Let me read that again. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. And you got to believe that. Stop reading this and just reading just to read. You got to read these accounts and believe these accounts and meditate on these promises. This is also a prophecy. This is just as much of an important prophecy as Revelation, the 17th chapter, 2nd Ezra, the 12th chapter, Revelation, the 19th chapter. This prophecy that we're reading about has to be meditated on and glorified and broken down as much as you talk about the destruction of the enemies, man. You also have to speak about our salvation just as much. And you have to believe 10,000. And the Lord said he came to take one out of a city and two out of a family and bring them out of Zion, or bring them to Zion, paraphrasing Jeremiah the 3rd chapter. So the Lord ain't coming to save everybody. Most of the people you see on the earth are going to die. Your co-workers, supervisors, peers, subordinates, people in your neighborhood, right? Friends of the family. And most of these people, we got to tell you the straight up truth. They are going to die. They will not survive. They will be affected in the famine. They will not be able to eat. They will starve to death. Those who are not under the shadow of Yahweh Shema Shai, they will not find anything to drink. They will die of thirst. They will die by the hands of the so-called white man. They will be drafted. They will get blown up by missiles. They will get robbed and raped and beat to death by these clans and militias and civil uprisings that are going to draw nigh on the earth. They will not make it. They're not going to make it. But what did the Lord say? Who is going to make it? It says, but it shall not come nigh thee. The destruction won't even come close to you. The Most High is going to preserve you and protect you with the angels. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. And you're going to see the reward of the wicked. He said, this isn't a dream. This is not a vision. He's not going to put you in a trance. He said, only with thine eyes shalt thou see and behold the reward of the wicked. Meaning you're going to actually watch this place be destroyed, man. You're going to be in that chariot. You're going to see the missiles come down. And you're going to see this whole entire society be turned to the lake of fire, man. You're going to literally see that. It's not hearsay. It's not you're going to read about it. You're going to see it. And it's going to tell you. Because thou, meaning you, hast made the Lord, Yahweh, which is my refuge, even the Most High, the habitation. And this isn't for everybody. This is for the elect, because they're going to make the Most High their habitation. They're going to live this truth. They're going to live in this truth, and this truth is going to live in them. They're going to apply the precepts. They're going to be sincere. They're going to be genuine. They're going to have a contrite heart. They're going to be humble. They're going to be lowly. They're going to believe in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua through faith, and they're going to show their faith by upholding the law, statutes, and the commandments. And they're going to live in this thing. If you live in this truth, you're going to make it. If you're not living in this truth, you will not make it. It's as simple as that. It's not an in-depth, there's nothing deep about it. There's no parable. There's no in-depth breakdown. I'm not going to find 10,000 precepts to explain it. It's simple. If you live in this truth, you believe in Yahweh, in the name of his son Yahweh Shai, you're sincere, right? Your spirit is without guile, you're keeping the commandments, you're going to fare well. You're going to fare well. Because you made the decision to stop celebrating the holidays. You made the decision to put the pork down. You put the blunt down. You said this world has nothing to offer me. You said I will not break the Sabbath. I will cast off my idols. I'm going to be a new creature. You made that decision by the mercy of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. So you're going to be delivered by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Right? That's why verse, I'm going to read 9 again. Because thou, meaning you, has made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. And it says no evil. You don't have to worry about a disease. Oh, it's a disease coming on the earth. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to be able to eat. Or what if I don't have any food? And what if they come to my door? And what if I'm a pilgrim on the earth? There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling, for he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 41. So there are actual angels the Most High is going to sanction. In the days of evil, the Most High is going to send many angels to protect you in those days. Many angels. And they're going to be in the third heaven. They're going to be given a decree to come down on the earth. And the Most High is going to say, that's my servant right there. That man. That brother right there. You protect that man. Don't let anything hurt that man. Don't let no disease. Don't let him go hungry. Don't let him be thirsty. Don't let the enemy find him. Don't let no destruction befall him. You protect that man according to my word. And those angels, they're going to do the bidding of the Most High. They're not going to say why. They're not going to say who. and they're going to go forth and do so and prevail. Right? This is Jeremiah. It's like Isaiah. This Isaiah chapter 41 and verse number, it's like 8. Right? So like it is Jeremiah chapter 41. It's like Isaiah. Right? Spirit woman to go to Jeremiah. But this Isaiah chapter 41 and verse 8. But thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend. Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away. And you got to remember, the Most High did choose us, man. Think about that special feeling that you had when the Most High called you into this truth, man. Think about that joy you had when you first found out about this truth, man. When you got your Bible, when you watched the videos, you were binge watching, you got your apocrypha, you was keeping the commandments, you was taking notes. Think about that, man. The Most High chose you to feel that way, man. He chose you to come into this truth, man. He handpicked you, and he said, I will not cast you away. The Lord said he has no pleasure in the death of the wicked, man. In Ezekiel, the 18th chapter. And the Most High said he made not death, man. In the book of Wisdom of Solomon, the 1st chapter. So the Most High didn't choose you to come into this truth to just drop dead and get hit by a missile. He chose you to deliver you. He said, I would not cast you away. Reading on. Right? Slucky, let me read on. Verse number 10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. So the Most High is going to help us, man. Remember, the Most High is compassionate, long-suffering, very pitiful, of tender mercies, slow to anger. A lot of people, you come into this knowledge, you hear the prophecies, you think the Most High is an actual missile. You think the Most High is an ICBM missile. You read Exodus 15:3, and all you think about is the Most High. He's just drenched in blood all day, sharpening his sword, killing everybody. Hey, the Most High, he's also compassionate, man. He's also a father to the fatherless. He also helps us in times of need, man. When we're destitute and without, he's reminding us of that. Because times are waxing hard, man. We're going to get persecuted, man. We're going to be hated of all nations. Hey, the days draw nigh. You're not going to be accepted at your job anymore, man. And they're going to find out about you, man. They're going to look you up. People are going to find these things out, and, you're going to get fired from your job, man. You're going to get laid off. Hey, in the banks, you might go in the bank. You might go to the grocery store, man. Hey, they might not accept you, man. You might try to, take a ride somewhere, get on the plane, or, travel, and they say, look, you can't do that. You're an Israelite, man. We want to arrest you. You have a warrant out for your arrest. So you're going to be heavily persecuted. Martial law, if you see any black Hebrew Israelite, they are wanted dead or alive. They are the number one threat to America. You good, I could hear the damn speech now. You good American citizens, you don't have to deal with this. We're going to remove every Hebrew Israelite off the streets that's terrorizing the American families. And anybody that's associated with them, we're coming after you. Every social media platform, Facebook, Twitter, what's that other one? Instagram, we're coming after you. I can see it now, man. But the Most High said, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Isaiah 48:11. Right, it's like at 41:11. Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish. So all of the people that rise up against us, we're not worried about that. The people incensed against us are these elites, these world leaders, and their puppets, the presidents, the military, the National Guard, the Army, the Air Force, the Marines, right? These agents, all these people who have come up against the Most High said they're going to be as nothing. Right? Everybody that came up against the children of Israel is literally going to be nothing. And as a thing of naught. That's what the Most High said. And that's what we believe. I believe that. I believe that Isaiah chapter 41 and verse 11 is real. They shall be as nothing. Well, what if they have guns? It says they shall be as nothing. Okay, well, they got my address and, they're stronger than I. They shall be as nothing. Okay, well, my wife, the Lord says she's a weaker vessel. What if they shall be as nothing? Stop worrying, man. Stop making up scenarios, man. That's not even happening. It's not even going to happen. Stop just wondering about things that you can't control. And a lot of you brothers, you put yourself into fear making up stuff, man. You don't know what Yahweh Bashmel Shah is going to have in store for you, man. Stop binding yourself in your own counsels, like the Lord said, man. Afflicting yourself with your own counsel, with grievous thoughts. Like I tell you in the wisdom of Solomon, let me get that. You forecast evil things upon yourself, man. Stop forecasting evil upon yourself. Oh boy, here I go. I know that I'm going to be delivered up, and I know that I'm not going to be able to eat. I got 5 days without food. Brother, what are you talking about, man? What about the Most High said that? The Most High said, well, brother, the Most High said, my servant shall eat. Stop forecasting evil things. It's Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, and verse number, this whole thing is good, 11. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17 and 11. For a wickedness condemned by her own witness is very timorous, and being pressed with conscience always forecasted grievous things. Meaning your mind starts to play tricks on you, man. You start to worry about things that are never going to happen. Like people that they may have to give a public speech. Oh, what if I get up there? What if I forget my lines? What if they all laugh at me? What if they throw tomatoes on me? What if I get up there and my pants fall down? What if I get up there and I forget what to say? And then you get up there, you give your speech, and everything goes well, man. You're like, but what the hell was I thinking, man? None of the things I thought was going to happen to me never happened. That's how it is in this truth, man. A lot of these worries, you're forecasting spirits on yourself, man. You're entertaining that doubt demon. Stop befriending that doubt demon. Doubt is not normal for the sons of God. But it is for the world. It's, people, they entertain anxiety, anxious, worries, stress. You make it normal. It is not normal. Yeah, you're in the flesh. We get it. But our trust and faith should be in Yahweh Basham Shah. You should pray for the Most High to take doubt away from you, and worrying away from you, and anxiety stress away from you, and to build up your faith in Yahweh Basham Shah. Stop making these things part of you. It says your conscience, your mind, all forecasted grievous things. Oh boy, I'm late today for work. What if I get fired? Oh, they're going to fire me. This is it. Brother, you're not getting fired, brother. You just went to work and your damn supervisor laughed with you, man. Right? We'll let it slide. And a brother told me a situation where could potentially jammed him up. Some things happened. But when he got there, his so-called boss told him, hey, it's not that big of a deal. And his brother could have got jammed up, man. But it's of Yahweh Basham Shah to put the spirit on whoever he wants to, man. So he got this job, said, look, don't worry about it, man. So stop worrying about stuff that you can't control. Stop putting spirits of doubt and grief on yourself, man. And stop being a pessimist. Can the brother put that definition in there, Baba Kashah? A pessimist, if a brother got time, right? We're going to go to the next precept. Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 23, right? A pessimist. You don't want to be a pessimist and its knowledge of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Right? Like Joshua Brewer said, the mind museth upon many things. See that in Wisdom of Solomon, the 9th chapter, right? 13 on down. Okay, the water for that. WFI Josiah, right? Pessimist, a tendency to see the worst aspect of things or believe that the worst will happen, a lack of hope or confidence in the future. Yeah, that's a bad spirit to have, man. Right? You see the worst aspect of things, man. You know, you damn courting a sister. Well, what if she doesn't love me? What if she doesn't like me? What if she never responds? You know, you at your job, you had an interview. I know I didn't get it. They're going to look me up and they're going to find out the videos. You know? Oh, I'm late today. I know my day's over. Oh, I get in the car today. I got to go to drive to work. I know I'm going to get into an accident. These people can't drive. I know I'm going to die today. Today's my day. God, take me away. You don't want to have that spirit, man. Oh, boy, it's Jacob's trouble coming. World War III. Here comes the missiles. They have heat-seeking technology. They're coming right after me. You can't be a pessimist, man. You just expect the worst. And a lot of you brothers, you put that spirit on other brothers, man. You got brothers say I know people that justify it. They say that they're a realist. Well, I'm a realist. I just know it is Jacob's trouble. Think about it. They have 50,244 soldiers. We have, brother, we don't want to hear that, brother. Well, I'm a realist. Well, brother, hey, look, man. We're not realists, man. We have faith in the unknown. We walk by faith, not by sight. We're not dealing with man's numbers. We're not dealing with statistics. We're not dealing with probable outcomes. We're dealing with faith and Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and the Most High. Okay, well, 50% of all black men, brother, we don't care about that, brother. You know? Well, we don't have a military. I'm just being real. If we had a military, then maybe no, brother. Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 23. Right? You don't want to be a pessimist in this truth, man. I don't know if I'm going to make it. My wife is pregnant. The Lord did say, woe to them that be with child. I guess that's me. I guess it's me. Woe unto me. I'm with child. Right? Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 23. And I want to read verse number 23. Right? This 1 Samuel chapter 23 and 23. It reads, hey, didn't Joseph have a child, man? Right? Didn't the Lord visit Joseph by a dream and say, arise, take the young child into Egypt and hide there, for Herod is seeking to kill you? I thought Joseph had a child and the Lord delivered him from the hands of the so-called white man. You know? I thought the Lord delivered Jeremiah and Baruch when the wicked king sought to find them and kill them. It says the Lord hid them. I thought in 2 Kings, the 6th chapter, when the army of the heathen surrounded Elisha and servant, I thought the Lord blinded them. I thought the Lord blinded them and led them into Samaria. Make a mistake. Right? This 1 Samuel chapter 23 and verse 23. Here's what Saul said. See therefore, and take knowledge of all the lurking places where he hideth himself, and come to me with the certainty. And I will go with you, and this shall come to pass, if he be in the land, that I will search him throughout all the thousands of Judah. So King Saul said, I shall David throughout all the thousands of Judah. And that's the spirit that the so-called white man is going to have. He's going to search out the men of the Lord throughout all the thousands, right, of Judah. Rather in Detroit, Baltimore, Birmingham, damn Jackson, Mississippi, you in New York, you in LA, you in Houston, you in Dallas. The so-called white man is going to search us amongst all the thousands of Judah. Right? Let's read on. And this is what Saul did. And they arose. And because David was a threat to Saul's kingdom. That's why. And David and Saul's relationship is, Ours and Esau's. On what level? Well, on a level that David was already king. If you read 1 Samuel the 16th chapter, David was already the true king. So even though we're reading 1 Samuel 23 about Saul being king, David was already king inside of Saul's kingdom. And that's what it is with us. We're already kings inside of this so-called white man's kingdom. The Lord already anointed us while another king is in power. The Lord said in Daniel 2:44, in the days of these kings, shall the Most High set up a kingdom, which shall never be destroyed, and which shall not be left to other people, paraphrasing. So the same way that Saul saw David as a threat for insurrection and to overthrow his kingdom, through jealousy and pride, it's the same way that Esau is looking at us. Right? That's the same way he's looking at us. That's why he searched them out amongst the thousands of Judah. Verse 24. And they arose and went to Ziph before Saul. But David and his men were in the wilderness of Maon, in the plain on the south of Jeshimon. So David and his men are hiding in the wilderness. Saul and his men, they're hunting them out. Verse 25. Right, verse 25. Saul also and his men went to seek him, and they told David, wherefore he came down into a rock and abode in the wilderness of Maon. And when Saul heard that, he pursued after David in the wilderness of Maon. So David found out Saul was looking for him. David went to hide. Saul found out where David was hiding. David said, let's go get him. And this is a very, very tense situation. When you read this, this is a tense situation. This is a stressful situation. You can't read this like an old white man with no vision and imagination. You got to read this like you're there. He's on his hill. There are tense situations in the Bible, man. And this is one of the most tense, nerve-wracking situations. Right? Along with the account in Genesis, the 27th chapter, and many other accounts. Verse 26. Saul went on this side of the mountain, and David and his men on that side of the mountain. And David made haste to get for fear of Saul. For Saul and his men compassed David and his men round about to take him. So David is on one side, right? Saul is on this side. Saul got all of his men holding David by the second, and there's nowhere David can go. He's surrounded, and he's trapped. But let's verse 27. But there came a messenger unto Saul, saying, Haste thee, and come, for the Philistines have invaded the land. Wherefore Saul returned from pursuing after David, and went against the Philistines. Therefore they called that place Selah Halakath. Right? So the Most High, what he did was, he put the spirit on somebody to draw Saul away from David. And David didn't have nowhere to go. There was nowhere he could go from there. There was nothing he could do. He was surrounded. He was outnumbered. He was outranked, outflanked. You know, he didn't have weapons, the same weapons that Saul had. He didn't have the same resources and provisions. He wasn't built for that war, for that time. But what did Yahweh Bashmi do? He delivered David. You might be on a run, a pilgrim on the earth. Esau's following you, man. He's on your heels. He's looking to go to your damn house, man. He's sending the damn SWAT team, the army, the National Guard. They got your address. They're loading up. They're putting their damn rifles together, man. They putting the riot gear on. You know? They put on all black. And they load up in that big, thick van, man. Bulletproof van. And they're in those tanks. And they're going to your house, man. But while they're on your way to your house, they get a call from their commander. And says, we have an emergency. All people report back to headquarters. ASAP. Report back ASAP. And you might have saw them coming to your house, man. But then you see them do a U-turn. And they never come back again. And the Lord delivered you, man. And the Lord delivered you. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 51. Right? Let's go to Sirach, chapter 51. So the Lord will deliver us, man. It's not a matter of if. right? It's a matter of when. Yahweh Bashmel Shai is going to deliver you, but you have to believe that. You can't doubt and worry. Oh, what if I'm in a FEMA camp? Oh, well, I don't have enough food, and I didn't get my rubbing alcohol and my AA batteries, and what about my flashlight? And and I didn't save enough money, and well, and you're sweating and you're gulping and you're freaking off, man. Instead of putting your trust in the Almighty Yahweh Bashmi Shai, man. Right? Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 51. Right? Sirach chapter 51 and verse number 1. I will thank thee, O Yahweh Bashmi Shai, and King, and praise thee, O God, my Savior. I do give praise unto thy name, for thou art my defender and helper, and hast preserved my body from destruction, and from the snare of the slanderous tongue, and from the lips that forge lies, and has been my helper against mine adversaries. So the Most High is going to deliver you from these governors, these sentences of death, these sentences to gather you, to get you killed, right? That's the slanderous tongue. The slanderous tongue is being called a domestic terrorist, a black identity extremist, one that commits treason. All of that is slander. The Lord delivered you, right? Verse 3. And this is this brother, our forefather, Sirach, giving an account of how the Most High was with him. Verse 3. And has delivered me according to the multitude of thy mercies and greatness of thy name, from the teeth of them that were ready to devour me, and out of the hands of such as sought after my life, and for the manifold afflictions which I had, from the choking of fire on every side, and from the midst of the fire which I kindled not, from the depth of the belly of hell, from an unclean tongue, and from lying words, by an accusation to the king, from an unrighteous tongue, my soul drew near even unto death. My life was near to the hell beneath. They compassed me on every side. That's like in 1 Samuel 23. This prayer is a beautiful prayer, a beautiful testimony that our forefather gave about when he didn't have nowhere to go. He didn't have any resources. He didn't have brothers around him. He didn't have weapons of war. He didn't have an invisibility cloak. You know? He didn't have spiritual power. He didn't have anything. All he had was the Most High. And the Lord is watching. He sees you when you need help, man. The Lord, his ears are open to the prayers of the afflicted. He is nigh unto the widow, whose tears running down with cheeks, man. To the fatherless, to the stranger, to the forlorn, to those that don't have strength, to those who don't have power. The Most High is going to save the humble person, man, the lowly. And we're not tough guys, man. When you read in Jeremiah, it says the Lord saved him from the hand of him that was stronger than he. I don't have nothing, man, but the Most High. You think in those days I'm going to be looking for a bug out bag to save me? Weapons of war to save me? Men to save me? My job to save me? I don't have anything, man. I don't have nothing. And I don't know if anybody told you, but you don't have nothing. I don't know if you need to hear that. Some of you brothers, you need to hear that. Anything. What you think you have, you don't have. And what you plan on having, you're going to lose it. Some of you brothers, you need to hear that, man. It reads, they compassed me on every side, and there was no man to help me. I looked for the succor men, but there was none. You have brothers looking, where's my, I did a cold cut not too long ago. Your elder, your bishop, your deacon, your leader can't say it. And I put it out there and it still stands. If you're in Watchman for Israel, and you call me on Jacob's trouble and say, save me. Let's just say our phones work. And you call me and say, save me, you suspended. You're suspended in Jacob's trouble. You know? If you think that leadership and watching for Israel could save you, and you watching this, you're going to get brought to counsel. You will get brought to counsel. We will find you in Jacob's trouble and bring you to counsel. I'm being a little, I'm exaggerating, but real, man, real. And all you brothers, man, if you think that somebody in a school of men is going to help you, now the Lord could put the spirit on a man to help you, but you shouldn't be looking for that. You should be looking for the Most High. See, he looked for the succor of men, but there was none. Verse 8, then thought I upon thy mercy, O Lord, and on thy acts of old, how thou deliverest such as wait for thee, and savest them out of thine enemies. So the Lord is going to deliver such as wait on. And you have to have that mind, I'm waiting on the Lord. Because a lot of others, they have plans on how they're going to save their lives. You got brothers in Israel that got a secret underground railroad that they plan on meeting up. You got brothers in Israel, they got the land that they bought. They're going to save themselves in Jacob's trouble. This is our Jacob's trouble hideout. Everybody resort at the sound of the trumpet. And surely we will be saved. Right? It's not a sin to have land and, and things of that nature. But if you have come up with a plan to deliver yourself, you're going to find out that you will not be delivered. That's the first thing you're going to find out, that you're not going to deliver. And the second thing you're going to find out is only the Most High could deliver you. And you might find out too late. You might find out too late. Right? Let's go to the book of Job, the 5th chapter. Right? Let's go to Job chapter 5. Right? So that's a beautiful prayer in Ecclesiasticus about deliverance during the time of evil. And you can't look for the succor of men. You can't worry, well, what if my brothers aren't around me? What if I don't have this? What if? Stop with the what if spirit, man. Stop with the what if. I thought the scripture says, cast all your cares upon him, for he cares for you. But my children are young. So what, brother? The Lord got angels, man. Didn't Jacob have his... Read Genesis, the 32nd chapter and the 33rd chapter. Didn't Jacob have all his children with him and his wives when Esau was going to kill him? Didn't he throw prayers to the Most High? Didn't the Lord deliver Jacob from the hand of Esau? When Esau outnumbered Jacob, when Jacob was in trouble? I thought we wrestled with an angel to the breaking of the day, man. And prevailed. It says, for as a prince hast thou power with the Most High and with men, and has prevailed. Use that power you have with the Most High and call upon the Most High. Be an Israelite, man. In name. You know? Use the power that the Most High gave you, man. You have that power to call upon Yahweh in the name of his only begotten son, Yahweh Shah. Be an Israelite, man. And stop acting like a Negro who trusts in materials and the works of men's hands. Let's go to Job, the 5th chapter. Right? Let's go to Job chapter 5 and verse number 19. Right? Job chapter 5 and 19. It reads, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, and 7, there shall no evil touch thee. And there are 6 troubles coming, man. Right? 6 troubles meaning what? You got 6 trumpets. You got 6 vials. You got 6 seals. 6 means destruction or imperfection. So the Lord is going to deliver us in 6 troubles. It says, yea, and 7, There shall no evil touch thee, meaning no matter what comes upon you, the Lord is going to deliver you. He's going to protect you. You might not have no food for a minute, then the Lord gives you food. You might not have no water, then the Lord gives you water. Military might be surrounding you, then the Lord deliver you, man. It's like it make you invisible, man. Blind the eyes of the people that pursue you and chase you, man. You might be in prison, then the Lord send an angel to deliver you out of prison. Right? It reads 19, verse 20. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. You got to believe this, man. I'm going to read that again. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Now, I don't see the word might. It doesn't say in famine he might redeem thee. Right? He could redeem thee. It says in famine he shall, meaning he will. It's going to happen. Redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth. So imagine that, man. Imagine in a time of Jacob's trouble, in a time of evil, in a time of judgment, civil wars, seditions, overthrowing of governments, economic collapses, famines, World War III, disease on the earth. Imagine people dying here and there, dead bodies laid out like the dung. Imagine the Most High. You got to really imagine this. You have to really, don't just imagine this. Take the time to listen and imagine this, man. Imagine the earth being wasted, man. Dead bodies everywhere. People panicking, starving. And the Most High has you in a mansion, preserved. The Edomites were in there. They fled. People chased them out, or they dropped dead. And now the mansion is empty. And it's set apart from the city. And there's food that can last you 7 years there, man. And there's infinite amount of water. And the water runs and it's hot water. And you can shower, and there's food, and you can eat. And there's fresh clothes for you. You know? And there's wine there for you to help you relax, man. And the Most High makes that place completely invisible. And it's you and your family. And y'all are laughing at the destruction. You got to envision that, man. You know, you got to really envision that. The Most High is going to protect and deliver you, man. He's going to have certain men set up, just preserved, man. And they show you that in that movie, what's that movie? The movie when the little girl, if you know the name of the movie, you know what I'm talking about. It came out not too long ago. At the end of the movie, the Edomite girl, she ended up going into the house where the Edomites was, and she went and found it was like an underground bunker. And she was watching Friends at the end of the movie. But they had food down there, man. You know? She ate a hoagie, a deep dish, stuffed crust. She had, some Doritos, some Oreos, They had a DVD set, man. She was watching the movie. She was eating good, man. She had a locked, sealed door that nobody could come in. And she was all right. That's what the Most High means, that you're going to laugh. Imagine the spirit in your mind if you're laughing while Jacob's trouble is happening. And you have food in abundance. Right? That's the name of the movie. To leave the world behind. So you're going to have brothers taken care of, man. You're going to have brothers taken care of. Let's read that again. Job 5 and 22. At destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth. For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beast of the field shall be at peace with thee. So the wild beasts are going to be at peace with you. They're not going to chase you, pursue you, and they're going to bow down to you, man. You know, when the Lord make that covenant with them. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation, and shall not sin. Thou shalt know also that thy seed shall be great, and thine offspring as the grass of the earth. Thou shalt come to thy grave in a full age, like as a corn of shock, like as a shock of corn cometh in its season. Here's the beautiful part about this chapter. Verse 27. Lo this, meaning look at this. Look at what you just read, right? Lo this, we have searched it, so it is. Hear it, and know thou it for thy good. So everything you've read, the Lord says, since you in the spirit, you in his truth, you looked at it, you believed it, you know what it's about, Jacob's trouble, World War III, all hell breaking loose, you searched out the knowledge of the Most High, you heard it, the Lord says, lo this, we have searched it, so it is. So it is what it is, man. Meaning everything that you just read is going to be fulfilled in you. Hear it and know it for thy good. For thy good. Let's go to the book of Job, chapter 27. Right, let's stay in Job. We're going to get a few more. We're going to wind down. Right, let's go to Job, chapter 27. Right, so these are the things you want to meditate on. You know, when you see destruction and the prophecies unfolding and talks of war and Jacob's trouble and seditions and civil unrest, and things are only going to escalate. You know, things are only going to get more and more tense on the earth. Global tension is going to increase. Wars are going to increase. You know, us being persecuted and our defamation, that's definitely going to increase. False flags and, you know, sorcery by these devils, persecution, all of these things are going to be rampant on the earth. And we, as the sons and daughters of Yahweh Basham Yahushua, we have in these days to be praying for more faith. For faith and for the Most High to increase our fear in him and our trust in him. We need to trust the Most High more than ever. We need to have faith in the Most High more than ever. Right? And you need to pray and fast that Yahweh Basham Yahushua removes doubt far away from you, man. And worries and anxieties, and allows you to trust in him. You know, these are beautiful spirits that you want to have resonate in you in these days, man. You know, this is Job chapter 27, right? And verse number, I want to start at 22. That's what I wanted. This is Job chapter 22 and verse number 27, right? Job chapter 22 and 27. Thou shalt make thy prayer unto him, and he shall hear thee, and thou shalt pay thy vows. So in these days, make your prayer to the Most High, man. Right? Pray that Yahweh Basham Yahushua delivers you in the evil day. He preserves your life, the life of your family. Pray that the Most High allows you to trust in him in the evil time, that you go not astray, that you be not double-minded, or as the sinner that goeth two ways. You know, it's easy to say you trust in the Most High now. You know, the weather's nice, things are well, you know, you can eat, you can sleep, you have shelter, you have a dwelling place, you have food and raiment. But when you don't, it's going to be hard for a lot of brothers, man. I don't know what I'm going to do in that day, man. You know, it's easy to say what we're going to do in that day, but we're praying for the mercy of the Most High to allow us to do what we need to do in those days. You know, I'm throwing up prayers that Yahweh Basham Yahushua has mercy on me on that day, man. And my household and my brothers, man. You know, and the brothers and sisters that believe in this thing, man, and sincerity. That's what you need. That's what we need in these days, man. So we have to make our prayer to the Most High. Right? Verse 28. It reads, thou shalt also decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee, and the light shall shine upon thy ways. Here's what I want in verse 29. When men are cast down, then thou shalt say, there is lifting up, and he shall save the humble person. And men are going to be cast down. When you see men cast down because they don't believe in this truth, men, they're going to go back in the world. They're going to be cast down and denounce the Most High. They're going to eat food sacrificed to idols. They're going to bow down to the New World Order. They're going to freak off and serve diverse lust and vanities. They're going to starve. They're going to be without. What does it say? When men are cast down, then thou shalt say, there is lifting up. And you're going to say, look, I will not be cast down. There is lifting up. I am going to keep my head up, and I'm going to trust in the Most High. Yeah, men can be cast down, and men are going to fall off this truth, and people aren't going to believe around me, and my family is going to deliver me up, and things will never be the same. Huh? But there is lifting up for the faithful, for the hopeful. And he shall save the humble person. Not the know-it-all, not the proud man, not the vain man, the humble person. He shall deliver the island of the innocent, and it is delivered by the pureness of thine hands. It is delivered by the pureness of thine hands. Right? Let's go to the book of Jonah. Right? Let's go to the book of Jonah. Right, let's see if I get these precepts in here. Right? To the book of Jonah. So again, there are horrible times coming on the earth, man. Right? There are horrible times coming on the earth. Right? And you're going to see more and more talks of war, man. What you see going on with Russia, Ukraine, what you see all of this going on with America and NATO and the EU, things are going to escalate. Things are going to escalate with Israel, with Iran, with banning speech and fair speech and public speech and hate speech and misinformation, disinformation. All of these things are going to escalate. The banning of channels and, the men of the Lord. And all we're going to have is Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. This is the book of Jonah, chapter 2 and verse number 3. Jonah 2 and 3. It reads, for thou hast cast me into the deep, and the midst of the seas, and the floods compassed me about. All thy billows and thy waves passed over me. And that's a horrible feeling. Jonah experienced in the well. And I don't know if brothers ever drowned, or brothers got caught up in the deep waves at the sea. Maybe you went too far into the ocean at the beach, or, you almost drowned at a pool. But near drowning, I almost drowned a few times. Drowning is nothing like. There's nothing like it, man. Or almost drowning. There's nothing like it. So you're helpless. You're helpless at that state. You can't save yourself. People that know how to swim drown. They get caught up in a wave and sweep them up under the tide, pull them deep, and they can't get out, and a damn tidal wave and a tsunami, and they get caught out there and, lose their life vest. Hey, people that know how to swim drown. And it's a stressful feeling, man. All you're thinking about is how to survive. And you're at your wit's end. Right? It reads, and you're definitely stressed out. You are definitely stressed out. And Jonah was stressed out, man. He was in the damn belly of the whale. Verse 4. Then, Jonah 2 and 4, then I said, I am cast out of thy sight. Yet I will look again toward thy holy temple. And we are going to be feeling like we're cast out, man. Right? Because you're going to be cast out of your house. That's in 2nd Esdras, the 16th chapter. The Lord said they're going to be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. They shall cast them out of their houses and spoil their goods, paraphrasing. You are going to be cast out of your family. They're going to hate you. They're going to despise you. Esau might get him a bag, open up the suitcase, give him a blank check, and say, where is your son? He's a domestic terrorist. Where is your brother? Where is your grandson? We have a $5 million reward if you tell us where he's at. And you're going to be cast out by your family. You're going to get fired from your job, man. You thought your co-workers and supervisors loved you. They don't love you, man. They're going to cast you out. But what did Jonah say? It says, yet I will look again toward thy holy temple. So even though you're cast out, you have to keep your eyes on the holy temple. You have to keep your mind on Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You have to be fixated on this truth. Yet I will look again toward thy holy temple. The waters compassed me about even to the soul. The depth closed me round about. The weeds were wrapped about my head. I went down to the bottoms of the mountains. To the earth with her bars was about me forever. Yet hast thou brought up my life from corruption, O Yahweh, my God. So you could be at your wit's end and be at the bottom and not have no money, not have no car, not have your health, be sick, be without, be destitute. It says, yet hast thou brought up my life from corruption, O Yahweh, my God. And the Most High is going to bring us out of this deliverance, man. Out of these troubles that are coming on the earth, man. He's going to spew us out of the belly of the well, man. We're going to praise Yahweh Ba'ashmi Awashah. Right? Let's read on. When my soul fainted within me, I remembered Yahweh, and my prayer came in unto thee, unto thine holy temple. And your soul may feel like it's going to faint, man. And you're going to hear things you never heard before, man, in those days. From the media, from the family, from the police department, from the National Guard, from co-workers, from the world, in the time of judgment and race wars. You're going to smell dead bodies. Brothers probably never smelled dead bodies before. You're going to smell dead bodies, man. You're going to smell fire and smoke in the streets, man. You're going to smell trash and filth, vermin and disease. You're going to hear glass breaking and ears cries in the dark night as glass breaks of rape, robbery, and murder. Footsteps in the dark and a ruffling of and madness and wind and confusion. You're going to see and experience the things that they make movies about. That's what this means when my soul fainted within me. I remembered Yahweh, and my prayer came in unto thee, unto thine holy temple. They that lying vanities forsake their own mercy, but I will sacrifice. Unto with the voice of thanksgiving. I will pay that which I have vowed. Salvation is of Yahweh. Salvation is not of you. Salvation is not of money. Salvation is not of men. Salvation is not of weapons. Salvation is of Yahweh. Therefore, I'm going to sacrifice, man. If I want salvation, I'm going to sacrifice. I'm going to sacrifice what I want. I'm going to sacrifice what I want to do. I'm going to sacrifice relationships that take me away from the Most High. I'm going to sacrifice opportunities where I could have been successful in the world, but I'm going to sacrifice that because I rather want salvation that comes from Yahweh. Salvation is of Yahweh, Ba'ashmi Awashai. And what happened once Jonah did this? And Yahweh spake unto the fish, and it vomited up Jonah upon the dry land. Because the Most High controls your troubles. He created the trouble. He's the one that sent the great fish. He's going to send Esau. He's going to send these armies. He's going to send the missiles. He's going to send the famine. He's going to send these things. And he'll deliver you from these things if you keep your eyes toward the holy temple. If you sacrifice and know that salvation is of Yahweh, Ba'ashmi Awashai. But with that, we're going to close up, giving, of course, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashima Mashiach Kwamalak Yabashai. Most High willing you were edified. Kwam Yashalom. Shalom.